Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Hey, everybody, this is Dr. Willie Jolley and my beautiful bride.
This is Dee.
And saying welcome, welcome, welcome to the Jolley Marriage Show. And we are grateful. Terrence, thank you for those kind comments. He said he can't take a nap because if he do, he'll miss the live show. That would be a no-no. Let's go. All right. Thank you, Terrence. And the Kazeras are here. Happy evening. Happy Valentine's Day. Good evening to you and to everybody. To those who are joining us, let's see, watching from home. Y'all are finally home. That's good. They're always on the go. We want to welcome everybody, wherever you may be checking in from. You can put in the chat wherever you're checking in from if you like, around the world, around the country. And for those who are watching live, thank you. And for those who are watching on the YouTube channel, on the replay, thank you as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Willie Jolley, and it's my beautiful bride, Dee, and we're the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. And we are very excited, all the people who've been buying the book this last week. We told people this is a great gift to give away for the Valentine's season, for the month of February, the love month, and people are giving it to people who they know who are newlyweds, who are maybe in their first couple of years of marriage, just to bless them. And so
they're giving it to people they care about.
That's right. So jolleymarriage.com, we signed them. We signed the books before. If you get them on Jolley Marriage, we sign them before we send them out. And so you get a signed copy. Doug Lawrence and Nina from Northgate in DC. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gladys is here from
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's to Gladys and Ron Pemberton, who we are featured in the book. They got a great story about the two of them, and they are great role models. I think, let's see, they're 45 years of marriage, something like that. Good evening.
I don't remember.
I know it's over 40 because we're 38, going on 39, and when I was dating you, we went to their home. So they're in their 40 some years.
All right, topic.
All right, hold on. Let me finish saying a couple other things. 46 years.
See?
All right, great. 46 years. That's great. Olympia and them are from Bahamas. From the Bahamas. Welcome from the Bahamas.
The vacationers.
Sandals Resort in Arroyo and the Bahamas. So hope y'all are having a great time.
A romantic getaway.
There we go. Want to just give a couple shout outs though. First, I want to shout out two people two giants have left us, and I don't want to forget them. Joe Madison, my dear friend Joe Madison from SiriusXM, who has been such a great mentor to me since I've been on SiriusXM. He passed last week. And then Friday, another one of my mentors and friends, the great Dr. Joe Dudley, passed away, the founder of Dudley Hair Care Products. So great man of God, great godly man who just did great work. Giants. So I want to give my condolences to their family and lots of love. I'm grateful for them. All right. We're here for going up on Valentine's Day. Hope y'all had a good Super Bowl. We really loved the game. We were together. And you know what?
And the topic is, how do I love thee?
Yes.
You see, he takes.
I love her because she goes to Super Bowl and she don't know nothing about football. She goes with me.
How do I love thee?
You know she loves
I love thee.
Yeah.
By going to the Super Bowl game with you.
Yes.
And sitting for 3 hours.
Yes.
And staying awake most of the time.
Most of the time. Yeah.
And when I fell asleep, walking, I was like, I knew enough to say, oh, who was that?
Right.
Did it get a touchdown?
Did they get a touchdown? Woo!
What number is that person and what is he doing? So I was intentionally engaged as a way of showing love to you.
That's right.
Okay?
And she does that every year.
So our topic tonight is
how do I love thee? Let me count the ways.
And it's based on the poem from
Elizabeth
Barrett Browning.
Why don't you read
who
the poem?
Who was an English poet during the Romantic movement, and it's the Sonnet 43. Okay. And so in preparation for the Love Month or Valentine's Day, I kind of focused on that because I thought some of us need a little bit of help.
Little bit of help.
A little bit of help in
showing love.
Showing love, expressing it in word as well as in deed.
Yeah.
And since this is such a classic, how do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach when feeling out of sight. For the ends of being an ideal grace, I love thee to the level of everyday's most quiet need by sun and candlelight. I love thee freely as men strive for right. I love thee purely as they turn from praise. I love thee with a passion put to use in my old griefs and with my childhood's faith. I love thee with the love I seem to lose with my lost saints. I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life. And if God choose, I shall love thee better after death.
Wow. That's
so
great.
If we're looking for a little bit of help in terms of what to say to your loved one, you can go online to Elizabeth Barrett Browning sonnet number 43 and get some ideas.
Larry Foley said, and some need a lot of help. And some help. So you know, you're right. And actually, Larry, that's what we say with humor, but there are some people who really struggle in letting their significant other know that they love them and how much they love them. And some have a real challenge even saying I love you.
So why do you think they have a challenge?
Conditioning, culture, where they came from. Sometimes men, particularly, like the old man said, I said I loved you when I married you. If I ever change my mind, I'll let you know. You know, I say in the book, that's kind of old time thinking, antiquated thinking, because we have learned that when you express your love to your mate, your spouse, your partner, your significant other, it encourages them, one, and it conditions you.
Encourages them to what?
To feel more confident in their relationship.
Confident and comfortable?
Yes, comfortable and comfortable. Many relationships dissolve because of a lack of confidence. What's the word I'm looking for? Security. There's a security issue. And
so security meaning they're afraid
insecure.
of being
Insecure.
Insecure. Okay.
Okay.
I was going to say, if you were saying secure, there's vulnerability and they're not willing to share.
Well, no, I don't even want to deal with that yet. That's a whole separate issue about vulnerability. Just security. People react to insecurity in so many different ways. When they feel insecure, when they don't feel secure that you got them. So one of the things that does that is by your words, your affirmations. That's what we tell people in our speaking programs and our seminars, how important it is to affirm your feelings, your thoughts, your wants, your needs, your desires. So we do an affirmation every day in our business every morning. We talk about we're healthy, we're wealthy, we're happy, we're whole, we feel terrific, we're blessed and highly favored. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Our needs are met.
So how does that become affirmation for couples? Let's take
I think an affirmation for couples go back to affirming your love to your mate. Okay,
I'm saying let's be practical.
All right, let's give them some things they can work on. Every day, I say to you, I love you. Every day. Did I say I love you today? Dee, did I tell you I love you this morning or this afternoon?
I said it first.
Whatever.
On my way out
to
class.
Because I was asleep. But you do say it. But someday I said, hey, did I tell you I love you today?
It helps to provide security.
That's what I said, going back to security. So that there's many people have.
And it makes you feel good.
Security makes you feel good. Insecurity makes you feel bad. Insecurity lets all sorts of negative thoughts, spring up.
And you start to assume.
Make
things.
assumptions.
Not
You
good.
make assumptions where you're not sure of something. You're not confident. So, point one, how do I lovely? Tell them the ways. Let me count the ways. Tell them.
So once you start to think about how you love this person, or I would say why you love this person. The more you do it, I think the easier it becomes. Let me tell you something.
Well, go ahead.
Okay. Write a letter to your mate and say, let me count the ways. Let me think about the ways that I love you. I've read that John Wooden,
The
who's
great
John Wooden?
legendary basketball coach of UCLA, the greatest basketball coach, winningest basketball coach in basketball ever.
Who died at 99?
He
Did
died
you
at
know
99.
that he wasn't romantic?
I did not know
You don't
that.
associate
I
John
know a lot
Wooden
about him, but I did not know that.
with being romantic,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he was married to his wife for like 53 years, but she died 25 years before he did.
Wow.
He died at 99.
Yeah.
So he wrote a letter every month to his wife, who's dead.
Wow. Wow.
Isn't that something?
Well,
How romantic is that?
Where did he take the letter? I just wanted that. Where did he put the letter? I mean, did he send it in the mail to her?
No.
I don't know.
He was being romantic, okay?
Yes.
And I got this. I thought, oh, how romantic. This came from, I was reading Marriage Something by Tony Evans.
Well, John Wooden was not only a great basketball coach, and now I learned he's a romantic. He was one of the greatest leadership teachers ever lived. And I have quoted him and told a story about when I was riding in my car, listening to audio tapes back when people had audio tapes, and I was listening to an interview with John Wooden. It was an interview. The interviewer asked him, Coach Wooden, you won more college championships than anybody else ever. What's the secret? And he said, the secret is I am doing the same thing I did today as I've been doing 65 years ago, or whatever amount of time it was when he started coaching. I work on me. Every day I work on getting better. I work on find something I can do to better my best, a little bit better. And so every day he would work on himself.
So maybe this once a month, because I don't know why he wrote a letter once a month to his wife. As
Terrence
a way
gave
of expressing unconditional love.
Let me tell you what, Terrence, that was good, Terrence.
What?
He said he loved her more than her physical self.
Oh,
he knew she
deep.
was spiritual and also amazing, and he loved the spiritual part of her. I think that's good. Greg, I'm not quite sure what you're saying in that. Tell, then show. Okay, now I got it. Tell them, then show it in your actions. Now, some people, Greg, they only want to show it. Well, I paid the bills. That's how I show love. I never tell anybody. I paid all the bills. I provided. Well, I think you got to do both. You're right, Greg. Tell, then show. It's not this or that. It's this and that. So it's the part I affirm it through my words, and then I demonstrate it through my actions. And that's what we try and do every day. I tell you I love you, but I brought you a cup of coffee.
I think it's important. Communication is key.
Yes.
And in some cultures, household cultures, whatever that family has created, the symbol is I show love by paying everything. So I don't have to say it.
Right.
So if you ended up with someone who is, I'm a doer and I did this and I don't have to say it, if that is not fulfilling.
I'm laughing because Terrence said, did she pay the mortgage? I'm in love already. She paid the mortgage. I got tears in my eyes.
He is such a character. So you got to communicate. If that is not, if that doesn't float your boat, it's great that you paid off the bill.
Yeah.
But I'd like for you to hold my hand. So you got to say it.
Yeah.
We are not mind readers.
No.
So what we're saying is Valentine's Day. So our son text, we're in this group chat.
Right.
And he said, okay, so we've got it's Ash Wednesday's coming up. So tomorrow is Fat Tuesday.
Yes.
Is that right?
Mhm.
And so we're all going out and eat pancakes and get fat tomorrow, right?
Yes.
And he said, so what are you guys doing? Are you just having your regular date night on Thursday night? Or are you going to do something
romantic on Wednesday night?
And you saw my response. Did you see my response?
Yeah, I saw. You said we love each other and show it every day.
Every day.
So we don't have to go out on that.
So
I
don't have to go out on Valentine's Day and spend $100 extra.
No.
Because they hiked up the prices because people feel bad that they've got to spend all this money to show love. So I don't need that.
No, we went plus this is a unique year because Valentine's Day and Ash Wednesday happen on the same day. So we will be getting ashes. We'll probably be at the Asbury United Methodist Church where I grew up. We go there for Ash Wednesday because we go to a Baptist church where they don't celebrate Ash Wednesday, but I'm still Methodist in my culture because I grew up Methodist. And so I still do the ashes, which is a part of the
preparation for the Lenten season.
Yeah, but it's more of the Protestant tradition rather than the Baptist. And so anyway, we'll probably be at the service at Asbury where I go.
We do that
every year. Asbury, we go for.
But the fact that everything Valentine's Day and Ash Wednesday.
So I don't need to go to dinner. I mean, we are together. We have Valentine every day, literally. We eat dinner together. We talk together. We laugh together. We work together. We go to sleep together. I don't wake up with her, but I do we go to bed about the same time.
Sometimes you wake up with me.
For a moment. Just say, I love you. See you. Have a good day. Okay. I do want to answer this question. This is important. I won't say his name because I don't want it to be, we try and keep it anonymous. So
it's okay. You're not going to do that.
He says, my wife, says she loves me, but she won't hug me even though I told her I like hugs and try to hug her often. And it seems everything else is more important to her. I can't talk to her because she won't put her phone down long enough. What can I do to get her attention? That's a great question, great issue. We've heard this before, that people who are not, what's the word? I hug you all the time. Who are not romantic.
Warm and fuzzy?
Yeah. So
it's a communications issue.
No, it comes down to communications. Now, saying to her, you want a hug is one thing.
How does that make you feel?
There you go.
There
you go. We want you to go to the.
She won't respond.
Two things, and this is not a cheap way to sell books. I don't want you to think that. Let me because it's important. We wrote this book to help marriage people with mentorship. And we recommend you get 2 copies because we want you both to grow together. In the book, we talk about how important it is to communicate and affection. That's what maybe not affectionate person. That was the word I was trying to think of. And so we talk about the 4 F's in communication that are so critical. Why we haven't argued in over 36 years, haven't had an argument. Why we are able to deal with all sorts of issues that we don't always agree, but we get through it because of the 4 F's. And we've used this to share with other couples. Be friendly. When you go to not in an angry moment, not in a mad moment, not in a hot moment. Friendly. Start off friendly. Be frank about how her actions or his actions or the other person's actions make you feel. Be fair. This is what is important. Ask the question, why? Why do you do that? Or why did you say that? Be friendly, be frank about your feelings, be fair.
Or why? Well, specifically here, find out why she can't hug.
Yeah, well, I'm saying ask why. Why is it that you're not? And then be focused on a win-win. So I would say that you would want to ask. First, go in friendly and say, you know what? I love you. And I try and express my love through a hug. And when I don't get that back, it hurts my feelings. I'm hurt. Not I'm angry. I'm not mad. I'm hurt. I don't feel valued. And then ask the question, why is it that you're uncomfortable? Maybe something in their history. Okay. Maybe they came from a family that abused a hug. I don't know what it is, but you want to ask the question.
So you got to do some discovery.
It has become, but it's the conversation. And then be focused on a win-win. How can we both win in this? If there's a emotional issue that's keeping them, can we work on it little by little? Maybe just a little hug. Maybe we need counseling.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
Maybe we need counseling because but until you get the conversation, you're guessing, you're making assumptions. And so that is 4 F's. Be friendly, be frank about how it makes you feel. Not, I'm mad about it. I am angry, but no, hurt. And it's hard for men often to say, I'm hurt. It's really hard for men to say, hurt my feelings.
Because it makes you vulnerable.
Makes you seem weak. That's different than vulnerable.
Okay.
Men are taught not to be weak. Okay. Okay. He went on to say, she didn't say that. She said that she grew up in a family that didn't show affection like that, hugging, etc. But we've been working on it for 10 years with no change. Counseling. Yeah. Counseling. So we need to have
it's important
to find out what it is that is blocking that action. And maybe there's a way to unblock it through counseling.
And if she loves you like she says she does, then she will be accommodating.
Or at least try.
To go
to
counseling, because maybe she can't talk to you about it, but she can talk to another neutral party. That's the word. To a neutral party to get the conversation going because something is blocking it.
Let's see. We're over here at Instagram. No, and some believe it or not, some people do not know how to hug. Okay, and again, counseling. So, it's therapy, sexual therapy, emotional therapy, learning how to do something. Another one is mercy and grace toward each other. Thank you. That's right. And we are all humans and have to understand the makeup of our spouses. Talking is a must. Write down what your pain is, what you plan to discuss. That's right. That's good. Okay.
That can be really good because sometimes when you are trying to express your emotions, it can get all jumbled up. But if you write down the basic ideas that you want to share, it becomes easier to talk about it.
Good evening from Zebulon, North Carolina. Welcome. We got people coming from Atlanta. Had somebody earlier. And Terrence said, get the book before you get married. Yeah, okay.
I was going to say, a lot of the conversations that we become involved in, it makes me think, what if we had studied each other before we got married? There's some things you're not going to change.
I'm not sure what you're saying. Okay, you got to be more specific. I'm not sure.
He has a spouse who doesn't. I love you, but I don't want to hug you. So that didn't just start when they got married. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So, but what are you saying? Well, what does that have to do with at this point?
It was there before they got married.
Maybe.
So for those who are single, okay, right,
maybe.
So for those who are single, premarital counseling becomes important. That's for those who are watching.
Oh, Terrence said get the book before they get married, though.
The book, yes, and premarital counseling.
I'm not. Oh, you should have premarital counseling.
Absolutely.
Everybody should have premarital counseling. This is a major decision and step in your life. I believe everybody should have premarital counseling to make sure, for sure, because
what we're doing is we're stepping in the midst of, okay, you're already in it now.
Yes.
Here's some fixes.
Yes.
Here's some Band-Aids. Here's some fixes that we've experienced or come walk alongside of us. This is what we've gone through, right?
Yes.
But there's a whole group, I'm just saying, of people who watch us who are not yet married.
And there's a whole chapter in that book for them. But also, what we tell people, my son, who is, he's over 30, in his 30s, but he knows that of all the decisions he makes, I said the most important decision you will make next to your faith in God is who you marry. Because that person is going to be responsible for 90% of your misery, is 90% of your choice. So choose.
So you got to study them.
Study them, choose well, and get some premarital counseling.
And realize that you're not going to change them.
You cannot change them. We were our pastor yesterday.
Them, that's it.
Pastor yesterday, Pastor John Kenneth Jenkins Sr., who I love, Pastor First Baptist Church of Glenarden in Glenarden, Maryland, said something very important.
Noon service.
He said, look, many people get married with the evangelical missionary mindset about their relationship, or they go in a relationship trying to get that person to get saved and get them and going to save them in the process
and change them.
Change them. He said, no, that ain't happen. Don't do that. That's not a good idea.
So the prayers and the grace will change us.
Yeah. So you want to
make us more patient, loving,
premarital
not
counseling.
Change anybody else.
In fact, we recommend there's a class at First Baptist if you're in the Washington area, or maybe it's they might have it online now. So you
don't have to be a member.
No, you don't.
Of First Baptist.
No. So you're thinking about getting married. They put you through a class to talk about your
6
thinking.
to 8 weeks.
Yeah. To see if you have the same values, if you have the same thinking about life. Do you have a faith tradition? Could be a whole number of things that could impact your relationship down the road that could be discovered before you get married. Before you jump that broom, okay, or before you say I do, because it's harder on the other side. Now you got some more. So we have work to do. Did you have something else to say about how you love the ways?
Yes. Okay. What time are we?
We're almost. Okay. We got like 5 minutes.
Okay. So. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways.
Yes.
Okay. How do you do that? How do I know I love thee? I love thee because you love me first.
I do. I love you. Ooh.
And you know, I thought about that. Ooh, and it's just like how Christ loved us enough to die for us first.
Right.
Because we were jacked up and all this other kind of stuff, right? We were unworthy. Right?
Yeah.
So I thought about that today. I said, I love him selfishly because he loved me first. And you chased me down and wore me down until I said yes. And that was the best decision I ever made. How about that?
Good. One more point of this gentleman. They had premarital counseling for her went in one ear and out the other. Had counseling 3 times, but she can't seem to put the lessons in actions. But you have to have the conversation about, be friendly, be frank about how it makes you feel. It hurts my feelings. I feel devalued.
That's not being judgmental.
Not being judgmental. Here's how I feel. I'm telling you, hurts my feeling. I feel devalued. I feel like sometimes I'm not good enough for you to love me.
But you continue to demonstrate your love. It's kind of like you.
And then but I think it's important that you do have that third one. Be fair. Why do you feel like that? Why do you not want to hug? What's the reason? And then be focused on a win-win. Thank you, Terrence. Terrence said, I'm the man. Doc is the man.
So how does she show love?
Yeah, now maybe. Yeah. Okay, and then what's the book, The Love Languages? You know, how do you show your love?
By Gary Chapman.
By Gary Chapman.
I read something else in reference to Gary Chapman, who was a counselor, and that's how he came up with the love languages, the gifts, the touching words, etc. And the article that I was reading said the most powerful love language, which is not in the book, is flexibility.
Mm.
I thought that was interesting.
I like it. I like it. We were yesterday with our friends Dexter and Biddy Clark, and we went to visit her. She's been in cancer treatment, and she's doing much better. And we talk about them in the book. And one of the things what made me just think of that, they said when we had dinner with them when we were writing the book, they said, "What's the secret to y'all's marriage?" They've been married going on 45, 46, 47 years. And they both said compromise. They said it in unison. We said, "What's the secret? What's the big?" They both in unison said compromise. Being willing to give on both sides.
So that's flexibility.
And that goes right with flexibility. But it's more not just flexible, but you're compromising. That you're saying, I'm going to give in to some of the things I want. And they give in to some of the things they want. And we find a medium place.
But I'm doing that because I care about you.
Yeah, you do. And you're so cute.
Thank you. I care about you. And I want you to be happy.
Because I want you to be happy. Who loves who more?
Seesaw.
I love you. Seesaw.
It's a seesaw.
Seesaw. Who loves who more?
Mm-hmm.
And it should vacillate.
Mm-hmm.
So, my friend, I say to you, the 4 F's, have a conversation. Go see the TED Talk if you have not seen it. Have your wife to see the TED Talk with you. Y'all sit down. It's at JolleyMarriage.com. Our TED Talk. How to never ever argue again in a marriage.
That would also be focused on how she shows or how she thinks she shows love to you.
Well, again, that's again the conversation. Why? Be friendly, be frank about your feelings, be fair. That's where the fair comes in. She might say, "Well, I think I show it by this or that, or I feel I'm showing my love." Conversation, and it'll be win-win. Here's what I need. Here's what you need. Let's compromise. Okay? It's work. Now, the good thing about, I've said it before, marriage is work. And many people say it's hard work. Well, it's not breaking bricks. It's not tote that bale, lift that barge, or all that stuff. It's work, but the hard work is on self. It's on self, my willingness to not think of me first. Think of her first.
But if I'm thinking of you first, then what? It becomes a cycle.
It's a cycle. I'm thinking of you first, you thinking of me first, and we are working on that all day long. What is it she needs? What does she want? Did I look out the window when she comes in from the yoga? I'm seeing if she's there. If I'm upstairs, I'm looking out the window. So if she drives up, I can open the easiest access door. You know, I do that, knock on the window. Because I'm looking for you. Okay? So it's that give and take, folks. That is what we want to celebrate on Valentine's Day.
My prayer partner had an interesting quote. Well, I wrote down, marriage is like a wrestling match, a close contact sport.
I would.
What do you think about that?
I do think it's a close contact sport. Wrestling match, no. I think it's a dancing match.
Well, dancing is more romantic, isn't it?
And it's close contact. Okay. I got to know your moves. You got to know my moves. You know, we have to. Great dancers. They become one. Okay. All right. Well, our time is up. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Happy Valentine's Day.
Just think of one thing.
How do I love thee? And then, if you're struggling in your marriage, I want you to remind yourself what you found attractive about that person.
Right.
What did you find attractive to get you married?
That.
But many people forget that over time.
That got you to say yes.
That's right.
In the beginning. And
then go to the TED Talk. Watch it together. Please, just watch it together. Be encouraged by it together. We want to save marriages. We have had so many people who watched the TED Talk, bought the book, did what we recommended, who were on their way to divorce. Some had signed the papers, but it pulled them back because they found that it was just a small thing that was not handled that became a big thing.
Here's one thing you can complete. Say, I like it when you.
Mm.
and fill in the blank. If
Okay.
you are in need of how
I like
to get
that.
a conversation started,
Yep.
I like it
When you
warm my feet
yes.
under the covers.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that. Okay. And then I
like
tell
it when
people,
you.
thank you, Terrence. He said, just buy the book. Just do it. Sweetheart, did you deposit your paycheck? Because I deposited my paycheck. Win-win. That's Terrence. Here's what I say to everybody that they know is true for those who know me and Dee. I was a man about town. And I had a lot of lady friends because I was looking for someone I could live with until I found someone I could not live without her. I love her. You'll be happy when you find that. God bless you. Have a great, great, great Valentine's Day. But make the point that it's not just one day and you do all of this stuff, flowers and candy and dinner.
Don't go into debt.
And go into debt. And then the next day you don't even talk to them. Hey, every day is Valentine's Day in this house. We're Valentine's Day every day. Thank you, Terrence. Put that on a T-shirt. You know that's right. He said he'll buy that T-shirt. I kept looking for somebody I could live with until I could find somebody I couldn't live without you. Hey, I think you're right, Terrence. That's fire, he said. That's fire. All right, look, we're going out on our song from...
Thank you for joining us.
If you're not on my newsletter, go today. Get on the newsletter. Go to wjwow.com. wjwow.com. Sign up for the newsletter because on Valentine's Day, we're going to send out a special Valentine's version of me singing back on my recorded album, My Funny Valentine, that so many people say is one of the best versions they've heard. I think you'll enjoy it. Sarah said, don't spend $100 on flour, put it in my account.
I agree with you, Terrence.
We out. Thank you so much. Glad you said thank you to us and hope this helped tonight. God bless y'all. Hope y'all have a fan. Valerie, Desiree Matthew said, what is a great show. Thank you. Thank you. That's what we do.
Thank you for joining
Tell
us.
everybody you know to join us Monday nights at 9 o'clock. Go to jollymarriage.com. And look, we're still going to be having sponsors. If you want to be a sponsor, or your company or your organization wants to be a sponsor for this program to promote their business to thousands of people every week. info@williejolly.com. info@williejolly.com. Olympia, you and Ronnie enjoy the Bahamas. Be safe down there. And
sunscreen.
Yeah, lots of sunscreen. And if you need help in your marriage, on my XM show, I almost forgot. XM show on this week is me and her talking about love as a special show. It's tomorrow night at 6 o'clock and Thursday night. But you don't have to wait. You can go to Willie Jolley. No, it's that it already aired Saturday. And you can go to Willie Jolley Podcast. Look for the show that Dee and I did, recorded in 2021. It's a fabulous show. And it tells how I got her to say yes. We went out for lunch. I came back married after she had been telling me no for a year. All right. Thank you, Gladys. Love to Ron. Happy Valentine's Day to all. Here we go with the music from my jazz album, where I do sing My Funny Valentine. Here we go.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.